Thank you for listening to Depictions Media Radio. Justin Trudeau and the Liberal government are promising lots of investments to help reignite the economy. One that we have an announcement for is that Angola Steel will receive $420 million to retrofit their operation and phase out the coal-fired steel-making process, which is also supposed to, of course, without burning coal, they're going to be helping along with climate change because they're promising to use a cleaner process. The funding will enable the company to purchase a state-of-the-art equipment to support its transition into electric arc furnace production. The electricity-based process is expected to cut out greenhouse gases emissions by more than 3 million metric tons per year by 2030. So, again, a green investment by the Liberal government. In this next audio clip, we're going to hear Justin Trudeau talking about an announcement to help the housing sector by promising to build more houses to aid the homeless, and I promise to bring homes to every Canadian to have a safe roof over their head in the future. So let's listen to what Justin Trudeau actually said in the housing announcement.
Hello everyone, bonjour à tous. Thank you, Deirdre, for that introduction and for everything you do for the community as President and CEO of the Shepherds of Good Hope. I'm looking forward to visiting the new units that are being built here in Canada that will allow you to help even more vulnerable people. It's great to be here with you, Minister Hussein and Mayor Watson, for this important announcement today. I'm glad Councillor Hubley can join us as well. This pandemic has laid bare gaps and inequalities in our society that we must continue to address. That includes the fact that far too many people do not have a roof over their head. And that's why we're here this afternoon. Because we know that building a safer, more resilient Canada starts by making sure that everyone has a safe place to call home. Depuis 2015, notre gouvernement a fait des investissements sans précédent dans le logement à travers le pays. Et l'année dernière, on a vu que la pandémie rendait les besoins encore plus urgents. On a vu les défis et les ravages causés par cette crise. Alors on savait qu'il fallait qu'on agisse sans tarder. Donc on a mis sur pied l'initiative pour la création rapide de logements. When we launched the Rapid Housing Initiative last year, we projected it would create up to 3,000 affordable housing units right across the country. Well, in March, we exceeded expectations. That number became over 4,700 new units. Well, today, we're reaching even higher. We're investing an additional $1.5 billion in the Rapid Housing Initiative for a total of over 9,200 new homes for Canadians who need it most. That means thousands of people with a safe place to stay. Thousands of people for whom life will get brighter. We're doing what it takes to make sure that everyone gets a roof over their head. Aujourd'hui, on a investi un montant supplémentaire de 1,5 milliard de dollars pour créer plus de logements abordables pour ceux qui en ont besoin. Avec ce nouvel investissement dans l'initiative pour la création rapide de logements, on passe de notre objectif initial de 3 000 logements à plus de 9 200 nouveaux logements abordables pour les gens les plus vulnérables. Ici à Canadia, le projet Hope Living, que je vais visiter cet après-midi, est déjà en cours de construction. Grâce aux nouveaux investissements à travers notre programme, le rez-de-chaussée de l'établissement sera converti pour créer de nouveaux logements pour les gens en situation d'itinérance ou à risque de le devenir, plus spécifiquement les aînés ou des membres de communautés autochtones. Pouvoir se loger, c'est un besoin essentiel. Alors nous allons continuer, nous allons poursuivre nos efforts pour en finir avec l'itinérance chronique dans ce pays, parce que tout le monde mérite d'avoir un chez-soi sûr et abordable. Ce qu'on a vu dans la pandémie, c'est qu'il y a encore beaucoup de travail à faire, et c'est ensemble, avec des partenaires comme le maire Watson et des organismes comme les Bergers de l'Espoir, qu'on va continuer de le faire. The Rapid Housing Initiative is about real, positive outcomes for real people. We made a promise to end chronic homelessness in Canada in the coming years. So programs like this are concrete steps to do just that. This is about supporting those experiencing homelessness or who are at risk of homelessness. It's about creating safe and affordable places for women and children who are fleeing violence. Unfortunately, we've seen a shadow pandemic on top of COVID-19, of violence against women, gender-based violence increase over this past year as people are forced to stay home to be safe in homes that aren't always safe. It's also about ensuring that we're there for seniors, for Indigenous peoples, for people with disabilities, for racialized Canadians, for refugees, and people from LGBTQ2 communities who have higher risks of vulnerability and need extra support sometimes, particularly in times of crisis. That's what our government continues to be focused on, and today is another example. For a different example, one of the ongoing projects that received funding through the Rapid Housing Initiative is a partnership with Atira Women's Resource Society in Surrey, BC. They're developing a modular housing apartment that will serve women experiencing homelessness, including Indigenous women, trans and two-spirit women, and women who are struggling with substance abuse. One of the most important, transformative things that a government can do is invest in housing. My friend Adam Fawn often points out that housing isn't just a problem, it's also a solution. Because with a roof over their heads, people can live a better life. They can get a good job and support their family. It's good for our communities, it's good for our economy. It creates and supports good construction jobs, but mostly it creates opportunities for everyone. And it's part of our plan to create 1 million jobs to drive Canada's recovery. Rebâtir en mieux, c'est de faire en sorte que nos communautés soient plus en sécurité et que notre économie soit plus forte. C'est aussi de s'assurer que personne ne soit laissé pour compte. Avec l'annonce d'aujourd'hui, on poursuit nos efforts pour créer plus de logements abordables et plus d'emplois pour la classe moyenne, des éléments essentiels de notre relance et de notre avenir. Et on se rapproche de notre objectif d'éliminer l'itinérance chronique au Canada. Before I finish today, I want to say a few words first about the heat wave in Western Canada. The temperatures recorded this week are unprecedented. Lives have been lost, and the risk of wildfires is at a dangerously high level. Our thoughts are with people who've lost loved ones. Yesterday, I spoke with Premier Horgan of British Columbia. Minister Blair spoke with Minister Farnworth of BC. The federal government, as always, is here to help in any way that we can. But today and for the coming days, let's continue to make sure we're there for each other. So check in with your neighbors to make sure that the senior in your building is doing well. Check in with your loved ones. We've seen more and more of this type of extreme weather event in the past years. So realistically, we know that this heat wave won't be the last. That's why investing in good, safe housing for the most vulnerable is so important. Je tiens aussi à souligner que notre nouvelle loi sur le climat a été adoptée par le Sénat hier. Cette loi s'assure que le gouvernement du Canada respecte ses engagements et ses cibles afin de réduire les émissions jusqu'à ce que notre pays atteigne la carboneutralité. To help us reach net zero, yesterday our government announced that 100% of car and passenger truck sales will be required to be zero emission by 2035. This will mean less pollution, and more innovation. We know that this is where countries around the world are already going. So as we already have with automakers in Ontario and elsewhere, we're going to continue to work with industry partners to position Canada as a global leader for electric vehicles and clean energy. Together, we will make our air and our economy cleaner for now and for future generations. On the eve of Canada Day, the horrific discoveries of hundreds of children at the sites of former residential schools in BC and in Saskatchewan have forced us to reflect on the historic and ongoing injustices that Indigenous peoples have faced. Our government continues to be there to acknowledge the truth so that we can chart a better path forward in the spirit of reconciliation. Today, I also want to talk about the arson and vandalism we're seeing across the country targeted at Catholic churches. This is not the way to go. The destruction of places of worship is unacceptable, and it must stop. We must work together to right past wrongs. Everyone has the role to play, not just institutions and organizations, but all Canadians, Indigenous and non-Indigenous, need to take tomorrow, yes, to celebrate the country that we are, but also to reflect on all the work we need to continue to do and understand with respect and compassion that some of our fellow Canadians don't feel like celebrating tomorrow. And we need to pledge to ourselves and to all Canadians that we will be part of working together to build a better future for generations to come. We will work together to right past wrongs. That's what we'll continue to do.
Thank you for listening today, and thank you for supporting us with our sponsors. Please go to depictions.media for more information and click on our contact link and let us know how we can help. How we can help bring your story and help bring us to a better world. This show has been produced by Depictions Media. Please contact us at depictions.media for more information.